Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a hot minute, but I'm back for a few layouts at least. So this time I tried my hand at an 8.5 by 11 layout, and this is very new for me, and I swore up and down that I would never scrapbook 8.5 by 11 because oh my gosh, there's just not enough space. But look, here I am, and I scrapbooked on an 8.5 by 11 layout. So this was very interesting to me. This was actually the very first layout I ever created in that size format. I've my entire life of scrapbooking, which has been like 15 years, have always scrapbooked on 12 by 12 cardstock. So this was very different for me. And the collection that I'm using right now is the Maggie Holmes Heritage Collection. And I've had this for a good chunk of time. And I bought this from Scrapbook Your Joy. And I'll leave their links below just in case you want to shop. I never broke into it. And yeah, it was brand spanking new when I opened my packet. And I was surprised actually surprised but not surprised that I hadn't used it just as of yet because I've been super busy. I have not been scrapbooking at all. I have a ton of photos that I need to scrapbook, but just, such is life, things happen. So I cut down a piece of Recollections cardstock to 8.5 by 11. And I also trimmed down some of the papers from the collection. I have the paper pad, the 12 by 12 paper pad. So this was perfect for that because the papers that come in the paper pad are not heavy duty. They're a little bit lighter in weight. And so when you have them, stacked behind other papers, it really does not matter. And so for this layout here, I kept it super busy. And you're going to see of my composition. So here I can't decide which photo that I'm going to use. I'm debating between a photo of my nephew and one of myself, and I chose one of myself. I've had this in my stash for a good little while, probably since the beginning of April of 2019. So I had sent this photo. I'll just give you some backstory about this photo. I had sent this photo in a group chat of actually this photo was in March because it was my birthday, and I remember I used a gift certificate to buy the suitcase, and so I sent it in a group chat, drinking my iced chai, which is never very far from me, and it's the way I broke it to my husband that I had bought a new suitcase because clearly mama needed to go on vacation. So I had said something along the lines of, I may or may have not, but probably may have bought a suitcase today. Listen, guys, I needed a new suitcase. Mine was falling apart. And so when I saw this like quilted, like chic black, suitcase that was padded, I loved it. I bought it. It was my birthday gift. I used a gift certificate that I had received, and, no skin off my back. It was amazing and one of the best purchases ever because this mama likes to travel in style when she can. So here I am with the photo, and I am just matting it. I'm using papers from the collection. I pulled the same colors that are in the those side accents there to the left hand side. So that very like mauvey kind of muted lavender color, as well as some of the gray and a bit of that dark navy blue. It's navy blue, but it's very muted. It's not like really rich. It's antiqued. Like this whole collection from Maggie Holmes is antiqued. So it's got that very antiqued heritage feel to it. I know you see what I did there. So now that I know roughly what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through the Ephemera Pieces, and everything that I used for this layout is from the collection. I didn't stray away, which is something that I'm going to start doing, which is picking pieces from various collections, like I used to do when, I started making scrapbook videos. Thickers from here and ephemera from here, and just create, using the things that I have instead of entire collections. Yes, sometimes it's a little easier to use entire collections, but sometimes we don't have entire collections. Like sometimes I just pick up random bits and bobs in a piece of paper that I like here and a pack of ephemera that I like there, and you know what? I don't have all of it. And it's just the way, things are sometimes. And I really need to get back to, and I've been thinking about this a lot, is that I really need to get back to my original roots of just, designing. Because yeah, part of the, aesthetic is, yeah, you know what, I put my photo on a piece of paper and I decorated it. But you know what? A lot of the joy of scrapbooking for me comes from choosing which papers and which ephemera goes with this, and mixing and matching. And I haven't done that lately, which I really need to get back to. So these tags here that I'm layering behind my photo, those are from the ephemera pack. And I really like the various shapes of it, and I'm just shopping the ephemera pack right now. Usually, what I really like about Maggie Holmes collections and crepe paper in general is that you get a lot of different ephemera to work with. But in this instance, and in this, case, it wasn't actually the case. I felt a little stifled and limited. And so I chose my pieces very carefully. There was a lot of like tags and kind of like layering pieces, but not actual like usable, for me anyway, ephemera pieces. So I just had to get a little creative. And it just so happens that in that, package of ephemera, there's that piece of ephemera there to the left. You can see I have it on my desk. And I can't read what it says from here. So you're just going to have to pause it and maybe like zoom in or something. But it was just very fitting, and I ended up covering a little bit of it up, and that is okay. But when I created this message, it got the message out that I needed to convey. Now, I put some foam behind my photo because you guys know that I like a little bit of dimension, a lot of dimension maybe. And I'm doing the same for this ephemera piece, because if I don't, it's just going to hang off the side, and because my photo is elevated. So these butterflies are super cute too. Like I wanted to use that, that ribbon looking piece, but for this layout, it just was not going to work. Without me either covering my face or just it actually being, hidden someplace. This is the 6x12 sticker pack, and I'm going to go through it now and pick some pieces. And I'm sorry that my lighting changes. I work on a white desk, and so when I work on white cardstock, the lighting shifts a lot. And so it's just something that I've had to deal with and work with. But there I get a string of glue, of hot glue, and I tried to like frantically wipe it off. It was just a string, but like it's like the photo, just like ate that piece of string, and it was like attached to my photo, and I just made like this, big huge mess. So these are thickers, and these are, okay, so I'm going to use two different fonts for my title. The blessed part are thickers in Catherine, and I believe these may have came with some a Pebbles collection of some sort. These do not belong to the Maggie Holmes collection. But the next font and set of thickers that I use are going to be from the Maggie Holmes collection here. So I decided to just stick it down there. And there's a space between the last S and the D at the bottom, which I'm going to add the word life. So my title will be Blessed Life, which I truly am living. And these stickers are called Sarah from this Heritage collection. I liked the heaviness of it. I liked the black with this collection. I thought it fit well. And so I enjoyed using these. So I'm just going to go with my fine line bottle and just add a bit of glue to the back, because you girls know how I feel about my adhesive. And so let's just glue the suckers down so we know that they aren't going anywhere. And I start with the L and then move on to the last letter with the E, and I know exactly how much room I have in between to play with the last two letters. And now I think for the most part, I'm pretty much done. So I'm just going to add a couple bits and bobs. Do I say that? I'm going to add a couple things. So like that sticker from the 6x12, I'm just going to tack it down as well because I don't want it going anywhere. I think I had a couple hearts as well, possibly. Yeah, a yellow heart and I think a pinkish kind of heart as well. Like, I love that color. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a kind of muted lavender mauvey kind of color. And that's it for my layout, guys. Next, I take some Heidi Swapp Color Shine. You know that that's always last for my layouts. Once you see me pull that out, you know I'm almost done. So I'm just going to take it and add some quick splatters, nothing overly, you know, complicated. And that's my layout. These are the stills now at the end. I hope you guys enjoyed my layout. I hope you guys, you know, enjoyed this size of, you know, layout. It's definitely new for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. And if you haven't liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next videos. Take care, guys. Bye.